Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's that time of year again. The third anniversary of the death of my best friend, Thomas. Although I don't really use the term best friend with Thomas, I never really did. He was always, as I've said before, my platonic soulmate. And people will always use the term soulmate in a romantic sense. The trope of, oh, that's my soulmate. Oh, we were meant to be, my darling. But you see, that's a romantic soulmate. When it's a platonic soulmate, it's a person that you were always destined to become friends with. And me and Thomas have been friends since grade school, elementary school. And we went through a lot of stuff together, a lot of horrible things he went through. I went through a lot of terrible things as well, but I always put my suffering on the back burner for him. And I've done that for a lot of people. I always take care of others before myself. And while in the long run that may not be good for me, I don't necessarily care about myself enough to allow other people to suffer while I focus on myself. I don't understand why I do that. I just feel like that other people deserve more attention than I do when they're hurting. And I'm seeing this, and I know that I can find a way to ease some of that pain and some of that suffering. And I talked about it last year, what caused Thomas to do what he did. And this year, I think I want to talk about things that people saw, things that people heard, but they did nothing to stop it. You see, people always just assume that the only bad person in the situation is the person that's doing the something or saying the something. People that are using the derogatory terms, whether it be someone saying something racist or homophobic. Yes, that person is truly evil. That person is a very bad person because they're saying these horrible things. But if you're watching them do this and watching them say this, but you just stand there and do nothing to even try and stop it, then you're as bad as the person that's actually doing and saying it. You see, you can't just stand idly by when you see a situation like this happening. And so many people saw what his family and others were doing to him, heard what they were saying and doing to him, and they did nothing. Not one fucking thing did they do to try and prevent them from saying something or doing something that caused him more pain and more suffering. But you want to know who did stand up for him, who actually did do something to try and stop what was happening? I did. Many times. When it happened in front of me, I always did what I had to do to stop the situation from getting worse. I would tell them to back off, to stop. What they're saying is not something that a parent should be saying to their child. And I would take him out of the situation and I would walk away with him so it wouldn't get any worse. Because I've always felt that I can't stand idly by. I can't stand there and watch other people be put down or hurt physically or emotionally just because they are who they are and the person that's trying to hurt them is a moron, an idiot. And I have no respect for people who just stand there and watch and hear these things happening and don't do anything about it. I can't stand people who do that. If you stand idly by, then I can't respect you because you're doing nothing to help what's going on in the world, what's happening with these poor people. Thomas was gay. He still is gay. He's dead, but he's still gay. Just because he's dead doesn't mean he stopped being what he is. And he's dead because not enough people stood in for him. Not enough people stood up for him. Tried to stop the situations. Tried to make his life any easier. Because his own family, people that you're supposed to trust and confide in and feel safe with, didn't welcome him. Didn't support him for what he was, for who he always had been. And if he had had more support, more than just myself, because one person is not enough to change the world. We wish it could be like that, but one person is not enough. We have our limits, and I did everything I possibly could. But he needed more. And just not enough people took the time to give even one damn about him or his situation. And it's not just his parents that I blame for his death. It's the people who stood there and watched and heard everything that happened. And I will never forgive them, just as I will never forgive his parents for the way they treated him and for the way they acted at his own funeral. I cannot forgive that, and I never will. Everyone says, oh, you need to forgive and forget. You need to move on. It's in the past. It may be in the past. It may have been several years ago. And I may forgive people for being stupid and saying things, but not at the expense of a person's life. Not just my friend's life, but at the expense of other people out there that go through the same treatment as he did. It's sickening. And it makes me hate society so much. All this hurt, this negativity, it hurts me just to know that this is happening and that I can't do enough to stop it. But I can do enough to at least try and do something. That's more than I can say for us, for many other people in this city who share the same ideology as his parents did. And I'm always going to have that on my shoulders, that I will never forgive these people, that they're part of the reason why I lost my best friend, my soulmate, and the other part of me. Because of them, that was taken away. A young life was cut short. I lost my best friend when I should not have. So that's why I always say, be nice to each other. I may play the part of a person who is an asshole. I may play the character that I don't care. And I may play the part of me being an idiot who is willfully ignorant to things. But that's not really who I am. That is a character. I play characters. But I'm a very caring and empathetic person. I may be sarcastic and I may have a sick, twisted sense of humor, but I'm still caring and compassionate for other people. And I am not an idiot. I may play an idiot, but I know more than other people think that I do. And I want to thank you all for sitting and watching and listening to me. I know I'm always up for making fun and lighthearted videos, trying to be funny, creative. But there are times where I have to make videos like this, and this is on an anniversary of a loss that I suffered. So it's time for just another heartfelt, serious sit down and talk video. And I always do, in a way, feel better when I make these videos, when I talk to you guys about things that happened in my life and how I feel about certain situations. I get more help from this than I have ever gotten from therapy. And I've had 4 therapists that have never been able to help me feel even the slightest bit better than like I do when I make these videos. When I can sit down and just pour my heart out in an organized manner, hoping that I can also, through these videos, help somebody who's going through the same bullshit that my friend had went through, that thousands of other people go through every single day. Because what happened to my friend Thomas is not an isolated incident. This happens in every city, every state, every neighborhood. Someone's going through this, and not enough people are standing up to defend them. And it's just it's a repeating cycle. It never ends. And I hope that one day it can end, that this cycle is broken, and enough people finally stand up and say, hey, shut the fuck up, leave this person alone. As the world needs more of those people. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. And happy early New Year's. Cheers.